Welcome back to Politically Incorrect, where being correct don't have to be political, and being political don't have to be correct.
Yes,
Yeah, you see how you see it,
Man,
You
hell nah.
see it. That is right, dummy.
Yeah, but it should sound like a teleprompter.
Bro.
Welcome back to.
That's how I just
It's
talk.
a script though.
It's a script.
It don't need to be no script. You already need to know that shit. That's the shit you just gotta know. No, but listen, that shit is. Hello, welcome to Channel 2 News. I am your host. Like
I literally said,
welcome to Channel 2 News. I'm your host,
Channel 2 News
Davita
is
Moore. Javita Moore, that's what you said.
Welcome back to Politically Incorrect, where being political don't have to be correct, and where being correct don't have to be political. I just know it.
You don't know it. That's why you just.
Bro, he cooked, bro. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking right at you.
Let him cook, bro.
Let him cook.
Go ahead, keep cooking. Go ahead.
Got down with
Man,
Keep going. No, you keep going. Yeah, keep going. You cooked up though.
Today, man, we got Dro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
man.
saying, in the building.
Man, let's give it up for Joe one time. Come on,
Give
man.
it up to Joe.
Yeah, man.
Man, Dro have close to, what you got, about 25, 30 years in the game?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think 25.
25, man. That's a long time.
I want to
That's a
say
long
longer
time.
than that. You right, but almost right. Because I was rapping when, I think I was about 18. I was with the boy Raheem, so yeah, about 27.
Oh, 27.
Yeah.
That's a long time, man.
Yeah, man.
That's a long time. That's a long time, Dro. You been doing it. Man, we're gonna kick it out, Dro. You know what I'm saying? We want to start at the beginning.
Man.
How did growing up in Atlanta help shape your style and approach to music?
I think, I don't know, I believe just being able to go from different projects, you know what I'm saying, and soak up game from players, and you know what I'm saying, and fuck with different hoes and see what kind of flavor everybody was on, you know what I'm saying, cause, you know, we West Side, I'm a West Side baby, so, you know, we flip a Temple, Bankhead, I'm been in Barn Home, you know what I mean, Carver Home, Joyland, Summer Hill, Thomasville, Four Seasons. You feel what I'm saying? I done stayed in all those places. So, and being in all those areas, is so many talented black niggas that, you know what I'm saying? Even Jays, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
Like that I look up to, that gave me the game and gave me different ways of, you know, maneuvering through life.
Right. So, what inspired you to start rapping? And back then, when you was coming up, like, who was your biggest influence, like, that was already moving and grooving at the time?
It'll have to be Chris Cross. One of my first, you know what I'm saying, that I saw that was like I could see and was up on, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying, Cole, you know, 6th grade, we was at Ralph J. Bunch, you know what I'm saying? And when I seen, you know, first we was just in school, and all of a sudden, E-Ball bigger than life, you know what I'm saying? Doing commercial with Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan, and you know what I'm saying? Junk came out, man, and boy, you know, and then, you know, me and him he used to sit in front of me in class, you know what I'm saying? So
The dude from Chris Cross?
yeah, Chris Smith. So, you know, it kind of sparked that interest on, like, I feel like that's what I wanted to do after I saw Shawty do it, you know what I mean? When they told me they got on that Greenbrier, man, I was walking through Greenbrier like a motherfucker every day, you know what I'm saying?
Like, how basically do you feel like they got on in Greenbrier? What was going on in Greenbrier at the time?
Well, all of us used to go to Greenbrier, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
From just being at Bunch, you know what I'm saying? Cause when we moved from the West Side, we moved to Kimberly Court. So the Kimberly Court was the only project in the southwest side of Atlanta. You feel what I'm saying? So when we was over there, we ended up going to Ralph J. Bunch, and Greenbrier was one of the places that they frequent. So when they went up there one day, Jermaine Dupri ended up seeing them. So you know how, you know, as a young nigga, I was like, well, one day I'm gonna get on up there. You know what I'm saying? So
JD got to see me walking through.
You did what I'm saying? Or anybody, you know, I just felt like that was a hot spot. It's just like digging for gold. If somebody found gold at Greenbrier, you know, everybody at Greenbrier trying to find gold.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I was just gonna say, like, you know, over the course now, you know, you done had so many hits, so many mainstream hits, but shit, mixtape Dro was like a thing though. Like mixtape Dro was, you know, that was him. So did you ever like imagine like your catalog, you know, impact on Atlanta to be like what it is right now?
I ain't imagine it. because that mixtape era, what a lot of people don't know is that was actually a dark time for me because they leaked the Polo album, and I was signed to Atlantic, and so Atlantic, I think they just, I don't know, I kind of like got in trouble for that shit happening, like it was my fault or some shit like that, and you know they had put all that work into it. You know what I'm saying? I was in the studio with Jim Johnson, Travis Barker, DJ Khaled. You know what I'm saying?
This at your early stage.
Yeah, and then all that stuff. I was in the studio with Akon. All this stuff got leaked. So once that happened, Atlantic just was like, you know what I'm saying, hold off for a second. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go in mixtape mode. So when I was in that mode, I felt like I was like, shit, well, I ain't just gonna sit here because I know how to rap. And I had been holding this shit in for, you know what I'm saying?
Too long, like,
come
for
on,
sure.
man, writing this shit all on any kind of piece of paper over anybody's house. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So it's like, ain't no way you finna hold me back. I'm finna put this shit to the street.
Yeah. Sitting down with idle time, that shit is crazy.
Like, what was like your like most like proudest moment, or you know, as far as like when it came to putting your music together? What you feel like was your proudest moment?
My proudest moment, it had to be. What do you mean, like, with like putting what project or like?
Yeah, like what project? I just
position?
like what project was like you felt like, man, I did my favorite, right? This is my
it got to be my first album because it was infused with everything that I dreamed about doing, and it showed because you know the single went like I sold like 2.7 million ringtones and over 2 million singles. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, and the album went gold. It was number 3 in the country.
This one ringtones at his like peak right now.
Yeah, I was the first nigga to get an award for that shit. Like Akon gave me an award for that shit, and it was just dope. I was on BT, motherfucking Shoulder Lean was #1, nigga around. So the best thing spoken was my best little baby.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, bro. You said something briefly about it, because most folks, they don't know their history, right? Talk about that Raheem era, like talk about his influence, because a lot of folks don't understand his influence on the imprint of Atlanta during that time period, what came from that. Like, I think he set a foundation. So like, just, you know, educate, tell the folks that don't know.
Oh yeah, so Raheem was like, like when I got recognized, I was at the Bounce, and he was in there, and I was just rapping. I was with the boy Schizo just passed too. I was with Schizo and my cousin Scoop. You know what I'm saying? And Raheem was in there, and just being around Raheem, I always looked at Raheem like he used to dress like a pimp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With the gators and suits and shit. He was smooth though. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of like gave me my first check. You know what I'm saying? I remember getting, I think, you know, Yes Sir was out and shit like that. And I remember getting a check from him, and goddamn, I just bust out crying in the nigga driveway car. I couldn't cash it. I had like some Kimberly Court ID. You feel what I'm saying? But, you know, I was sitting in the car, and I never really seen no 1,000 like that.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
And, you know, I was looking at the check, and I was like, damn, I'm really getting to some little paper, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Then he had us on, you know, little monthly thing. We go up there every time, you know what I'm saying? Me and Fabo and them, we go up there and get our little 1,600 or something like that, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like, I was like, shit, Raheem really showed me a lot, you know what I'm saying? The situation wasn't the best situation that could have been with the caliber of lyrics that I had, you know what I'm saying? It supposed to been happen.
Right.
But, you know, everything be for a reason. It just showed me how to grind, because I know I did like 1 million shows with Raheem. So by the time I was performing with, you know, Rocco or Tip, I was damn near a professional. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cause it like, so basically like Raheem was still doing what he was doing, and then you just like, you basically probably open up sometime.
Right.
Sometimes he'll set out some showcases and you guys like.
You're right. It was like, you know, I was practicing, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I was learning the ropes. I was knowing, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't get much money, but at the same time, I knew how to handle a crowd.
Yeah.
I knew what to do and what not to do, you know what I'm saying? And throughout my whole career, bro, knowing that and knowing how to be in a club, you know what I'm saying? It kind of like led me to be like one of the like most experienced club people in the game. Cause nothing never really happened to me in a club before because I got so much respect for it.
Yeah.
You feel me? And the people that's in it.
Right.
So I know you were like talking about, you know, back when you was doing that, you know, in the early beginning, you felt like, you know, you were real lyrical. And I was just gonna, you know, bring that up, like, as, you know, one of the premier lyrical rappers, like, do you feel like you have been, you know, recognized? Do you feel like you get your recognition in Atlanta as like one of the top, you know, lyrical artists in the game?
Yeah. I've always heard that. You know what I mean? And it's just that people want for me more than what they see.
No, for sure.
And I
Definitely.
get it. You know, I do too. But, you know, it's a lot of stuff, you know, intertwined with that. You know what I'm saying? But I do get like, you feel what I'm saying? Like a lot of when I did the shit at the bank the other day, Gouch called like, why you the one? Or you know what I'm saying? That type of shit feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for real. Cause I want to speak on that because like I was like, damn, I watched everybody perform before you, and then when you came and I watched a couple after you. I ain't watched too many after you because I already knew what their performance was gonna be.
But you left after that. Just keep it real.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
That's
You
great.
left.
Oh
You
yeah,
left
I
after that.
did.
You
Because
left
I was
after
like, damn. Because they brought they brought some couple people after you, and I'm like, damn, they should have went before.
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Because you had took the energy.
Yeah, you can't hard to go past or like after that type shit.
You feel what I'm saying? Because if I was a rapper on my kids, I wouldn't have went after you.
Yeah.
And what I did though, to be fair, me and bro had a real conversation about this too, because he texted me. We were talking in the club. We was away from each other, but we came and talked, right? We didn't see you perform tens of times, right? In my opinion, that was one of the greatest shows I've ever seen from you, bro. Like, sincerely, bro. That like the energy was crazy. Like it really was. That's true.
Paul was over there in the booth. I was in the floor like a regular fan.
Yeah.
I was literally. He was in the booth.
That's true. That's true.
I'm texting him like, boy, you see this shit? And then I'm like, damn, that shit was electrifying for real.
I agree. It was components there that pushed me to be like that. You know what I'm saying? It was a couple people that, you know, had I had situations with that I didn't, you know, I ain't the type of person, you know, to be trying to get at nobody and
Make a big deal
You know what I'm
out
saying?
of
No
it.
big deal, but I do like showcasing what God got. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't outdo this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I turned up.
Because it was like, I'm definitely like a Raw Wave fan. So like, if you go to like a Raw Wave concert and then you sit there and watch, like, you like, damn, this young nigga amazing. The response he getting. It was like, watching you was like, damn, look at this Dro response. So that when they called you with me on the phone, because I was gone. I was gone. Because I was like, and I told her, I was like, bro, woof.
They were telling me. I felt like Wolf Creek was the same thing.
I hate I missed that show.
It was a walk.
They singing every word.
Acapella.
Man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, man, you got.
You felt
What
this.
what you be saying, or like what do you know, how you be feeling like when the fans be wanting, like how you just said we expect more, like, you know, how you be feeling like when the fans, they always like, damn, we want to hear more from Dro, like we want to hear more, but you saying like sometimes it be like situations be or your hand be tied, like type shit.
Well, I ain't never been the type of person to not tell you exactly what the truth is. Like the only thing that was in the way was my own self. You know what I mean? Like what I did outside of the music, I don't think God would have put me to the point where the public would have been able to see me in that state. I appreciate God for shielding me from letting y'all see exactly what I was actually doing to myself and with myself besides the music. Of course, I'm a great rapper. Of course, I'm supposed to be up there with the top ones, but what are you doing on your off time? Shit, I was somewhere I ain't had no business being, taking drugs and, you know, misusing the talent that he gave me. So, of course, I'm not going to be on that level to where everybody see it. I know it myself. You feel what I'm saying? It kills me. It kind of like bothered me to hear people saying what I know internally. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I feel like that's everybody.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And until like you get it right. But those promises and those gifts and what God has for me, they never went anywhere, and I'm going to obtain them.
Bro, I gotta say something about that. Bro, one thing I think in the world, folks, we miss and lack is accountability. You know what I'm saying? Very seldom do people take the time to say, hey, I stood in my own way. I fucked up. You know what I mean? A lot of times, a lot of things could be, you know what I'm saying, smoothed over if a motherfucker just say, hey, I fucked up, bro, my bad.
Right.
And we can move past that. You see what I'm saying?
Now
But
you can move forward.
all that back and forth, oh, I ain't do this, I ain't do that. You in denial, you lying to yourself. So I got a lot of respect for that. Like, that's big. Like,
Do you think those like days like messed up with like a couple relationships and stuff that you had?
Of course. Well, so in this industry or in life in general, you know, some things, you know, we have free will and we can do, you know, we can holler at who we need to holler at, and God send people to you. You know what I mean? And
Sure.
if you reject that, or if you're not paying attention, that's kind of like a slap in the face.
Right.
So yeah, I've misunderstood things. I've ignored things. You feel what I'm saying? And I've been, you know, inebriated till I didn't understand what was there. You know what I'm saying? If I'm just, this nigga just too high. You know what I'm saying? Or now he ain't high, he's just grumpy and he don't want to show up.
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying? So I was in the room with some real big wigs that was like, we waiting on Dro, you know what I'm saying? And that shit kind of like it. But guess what though? I'm thankful for that, because if I would have went and did that and got that deal, I would have opened myself up to people to see me in that way. And today they wouldn't fuck with me if they knew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, damn, that nigga did some crazy shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Showing up like this and, you know, leaving, mouth all crazy, talking,
Nah, for
you know what I'm saying? Disrespectful. You know, he act like he ain't really even see people. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of niggas, bro, like, niggas was telling me, bro, listen, one day we was out and they were like, boy, that boy, big boy looking for you. And I just didn't understand, you know what I'm saying? I didn't, it didn't connect.
Fuck you looking for me?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know, I was high, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, different people, from Kanye to a nigga, everybody used to be like, hey, man, so-and-so looking for you. You feel what I'm saying? I'd be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? But, and those type of things kept me from being what people thought
You should be.
it should be.
Yeah, no,
Let me ask you this. Do you ever think, was it subconsciously? Like, cause being around, right, as a youngin', never really seen you like inebriated, if that makes sense, in the public light of like you in your profession. You feel what I'm saying? It was always like a shit, he just looked like that just Dro. He
He just
smiling,
turned,
he
yeah.
happy, he cool. You know, everybody seemed to fuck with him. So it's kind of crazy hearing you say these things, cause like being around artists, we seen artists cut up at the food, at the ass. I can't say, you know what I mean, maybe my youth, but I ain't never seen you do that.
And I can second that too, because I ain't never seen
You know what that is? That's the grace I was talking about. That, you know, I'm gonna shield you. Like God was actually shielding me. Like, and I used to be mad too. God, why didn't anything happen? And you know, he just wouldn't answer. You feel what I'm saying? And then now I get it, because he's like, you know, if I would have showed all that stuff, you'll be burnt out right now.
That's real.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, if I would have showed your hand, like, you know, things happen all the way down to my recovery, bro. Like, nobody, the public didn't know that I overdosed. You feel me? God shielded that. I had to tell y'all that.
Yeah.
But if that shit would have happened the way the devil wanted it to happen, and y'all see me laid out on the floor and unresponsive, people would be skeptical about, you know, they'd be like, bro, burnt out. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, for sure.
but God covered that and he shielded that. And, you know, I see what's going on. And it just, you know, and, you know, I could just hear God telling me in my dream, man, you one of the ones, I got something for you. You know what I'm saying? So straighten that up, get yourself together. And man, what's in store is crazy. I'm telling you.
That's definitely a great testimony for real. Cause like, nigga, I remember I been like a young kid. I think I was in high school, like walking across Camden Road, where you coming up riding that thing. You know what I'm saying? Cause I stayed, like, if anybody know, like I stayed at on Camden when I moved from Bowen home, I stayed right behind Figure 8.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So right in that community.
Yeah. Well, Ball don't stay.
Yeah, Ball, Print,
Yeah.
you know, Peter, all them. So, you know, them was the people like you used to come through on.
With that white Escalade.
Yeah, I slide
I remember that motherfucker.
So I was like, damn. Like, crazy.
So let me ask you this about some music, right?
But
Who inspired? I know you said something about Chris Cross, but like lyrically, like, you know what I'm saying? Who were you listening to and like getting game from, like from a music standpoint, like that inspired you to like say, okay, I want to kind of like take some of this, take some of that from them. You know what I mean? Growing up, because to me, you always had like an old soul to you too. That's the other thing about it. Like,
so I really like Atlanta. I love my city, but man, back in them days, like 69 boy, all that you know, the shake booty music, you know what I'm saying? Kilo, them, I fought with it, but I just didn't, you know, I don't want no dancing that nigga, so I really wasn't that tight, you know what I'm saying? I always was like, you know what I'm saying? Like when Get Money came out, I picture myself like that. You know what I'm saying? I picture myself having clothes on and being able to be fly and talk that shit. So I gravitated toward Nas, and you know, my number one was Tupac, then was Biggie. You feel what I'm saying? Then, you know, Raekwon the Chef. And, you know, these people was talking about shit that in a like their verbal was crazy, because when I did gravitate to Raekwon, that year he had won Lyricist of the Year with The Perpetrator. So I knew where I was getting taught from. I was like, and I ain't want to just, and I ain't never been a nigga that just bite, but I do respect the fact that some of our best ideas come from other people.
Sure.
You feel what I'm saying? And I just I ain't want to be like, take no nigga style, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna grab this from Raekwon. I'm gonna grab this from Tony Starks. I'm gonna grab a lot of this. I'm gonna grab my voice and how I say it from my gut from Pac. And I want to be able to pull it off like Biggie and, you know, be charismatic with the words and witty. You feel what I'm saying? I even got game from Mace. Like Mace taught me a lot. You know what I'm saying? And by them being like dark skinned, like when I seen like how Pac was dark skinned, because my complexion really played a big role in how I moved, because back then I used to get teased a lot about, you know what I'm saying, being a dark-skinned kid. So when I did see a Puff Daddy or a Mace or, you know what I'm saying, or a Pop, you know what I'm saying, or a Biggie, these niggas was black. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh shit. And like, perfect, because, you know what I mean, I'm really tuned in, you know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, like, you think like now, based off kind of like what you said, you feel like, you know, rappers in hip hop today, should they like, you know, feel comfortable addressing these same type issues, like, or saying like how they got their style or their cadence? I feel like they should be more comfortable with saying, as opposed to saying like, oh, I just came up with all this on my own.
Yeah, that's kind of like, I don't respect that, because ain't nothing new under the sun. For sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you was rocking with a nigga, say it. You know what I'm saying? That allows people to be more open about their ideas, and people can collaborate more. Fellowship is, you know what I'm saying? Instead of feeling like, you know what I'm saying, oh, Shawty said he started this on his own. Like, oh, you didn't, bro. You got eyes and you got a memory. You know what I'm saying? You saw something that you know, adapted to, and was like, you know, well, I take a liking to that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because it all come from somewhere.
Somewhere, yo. Got to be kidding me.
If you had to have a dream collaboration, who would it have been? Like past, present, future, don't matter. Like, I'm really curious to know that.
Even the ones that you like, Kanye looking for you, okay.
Yeah.
Dre looking for you, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, I wish I would have did something with Mace.
Definitely see that.
Most definitely wanted to do something with Mace. And with Nas, I wanted to do something with Nas really, really bad. Raekwon the Chef. And as far as the South, you know, Andre and Big Boy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just a lot of people that I wish I would have. But you know what? They fucked with me, you know what I'm saying? I remember doing one with Pharrell, you know what I'm saying? I remember, you know, and then like when Pharrell was like, man, you just did that for me. Like, he was like, well, I owe you, Dro. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. But my mind was so gone, I never even held him to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
To this day.
And sometimes we just got to start holding people accountable for what they tell us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because some stuff we give people for free, that we could have made a buck off of it. Because there were people always tell me, like, shit, Goose, you should have charged them.
Yeah.
But I be telling them, like, man, I just like relationships.
I do. I'm the same way. And, you know, in the end, you know, I think the meek shall inherit the earth. You know, it looks like that right then. You know what I'm saying? It looked like that right then. But eventually, you'll be the type of person that'll get that big one.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I believe that.
Exactly. That's definitely a good one.
I was gonna say, like, you know, I just seen y'all was saying about how you'll get a game to somebody and you could have possibly, like, you know, charged them, you know, or held them accountable for that moment. I was just thinking, like, in that situation, do you, or now, just looking at it now, do you feel comfortable with giving people the game, like, or upcoming rappers the game? You give it to them now for free, or you give them that sauce based on everything you went through and what you know now?
Yeah. Well, at this point in my life, I'm obligated. Like, my mission is to take my experience and share it with somebody so I can open their eyes to what not to do or what to do. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think that I should die with this information. You feel what I'm saying? Because even with my sobriety or what I've been through or what OD was, you know what I'm saying? Like, because if I could give you some information that could save your life, you know what I mean, then it not only can save your life, it can save your child's life. You feel what I'm saying? Or, you know, because I got, like, to be honest with you, I got some game from Gucci that set me up to the point where, like, my son can, you know, benefit from this. You know what I'm saying? Because me not using drugs no more has broken the curse on my family that's been prevalent for years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about different generations, and it stops here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So to say that we should not give the game is insane.
Bro, have you ever thought about working, like, signing an artist, managing an artist?
Yeah, but not until I ain't want to never do. Like, you know what? I did, and I seen how I handled the Young LA situation.
Okay. And
drugs just don't mix. Like,
right.
Who want to be signed to a nigga high all the time?
Right.
Like, what are you gonna tell me? Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm telling you, know, I just signed you, and then I'm at the perk house, like, give me the perk. I'm like, what's up, boy? Like, go on, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting high, like, you know, who want to put their future in somebody like that hand? So I always seen niggas I want to sign. I just knew that I'm not finna jump in between this man and his future and mess that up no type of way.
But what about right now though? Because you know what I mean? It seemed like you done flipped that page. Like that's your past. It's like you looking at your mirror right in front of you. You know what I mean? It's like you got shit ton of game on both sides. You feel what I'm saying? From the streets to the music industry. I think a lot of artists could benefit from that. Like that game is, bruh, you can't put a price tag on that.
Right. So right now, I'm still building myself.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I don't want to be selfish because right now I'm paying a lot of attention. Because when I got off drugs, boy, I realized what type of nigga I was. Like, I don't even got good manners, nigga. I be digging in my nose, burping and shit. I'm like, where your manners at? Like, I ain't understand what type of nigga I was until I stopped getting high. Yeah. I'm very selfish. I'm very impatient. I'm very, you feel me, narcissist behavior.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Until I get this stuff on the way, you know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with ADHD and, you know, so that's what led me to get this phone because I can't be in that damn phone and looking at all that shit. I have comparison problems and trying to, you feel what I'm saying? I see Gouch go get the Rango truck. I'm like, I'm going to get me one too. Or he upgraded this and I'm finna go get this, you know what I'm saying? If he don't got some new glasses, I'm finna go try to get me, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me shut this phone off and shut all the noise out and get myself together because while you high, you really don't give a damn about none of these things that I'm talking about. Yeah.
No,
you feel what I'm saying? You know, and then once you start getting high, I seen what kind of monster I was. So saying I put out an artist right now, I'll collab and get a game up, but I don't want to stand in front of I don't want to stand in. When I'm ready, it'll show.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Are artists, you know, now, you know, are they doing a due diligence about bringing awareness, you know, to the drug culture?
Well, It depends on how you look at it, cause they talk about it all the time in their songs and they glorify it. But do they tell you what you need to know about it? And I think that it fucks with their image. People have, like, today's artists don't want to talk about senseless gun violence because it don't go with saying you got to switch. You feel what I'm saying? And they don't know they don't know how to separate the two. You know what I mean? Like, I still talk about guns and what if you got a switch on it or how the Glock look, you know what I mean? Or if I got a AK that run off gas, you know what I'm saying? Or a goddamn electric Tesla chopper. I could talk about that, but at the same time, I don't shun it. You feel me? If you got a gun and you protecting your family, that's one thing. Right. I'm totally against senseless killing. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you have the right to protect yourself. You have the right to protect your family. It's a crazy world. But you got to know how to separate the two. And I have to, you know, like I used to be talking about drugs like a motherfucker. When I pop a pill, I take out like, you know, ain't I'm on pill, riding down deal. Like, but, so guess what? I'm going to just keep it a buck. I fucked around and OD. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Glorifying it, talking about some shit, like enjoying killing myself. So that was my end all. So you could take that and do what you want to do with it. At this point right now, I can't just tell you I'm popping a goddamn thing because I done died from this shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Sure, that's real.
That shit fucked me clean up.
That's real, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't glorify rolling the weed because all that shit lead back to my hardcore drug habit and my addiction. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't finna pop it like that no more. But get what I can do. I can tell you about what happened to me when I was high. You know, when I was with this bitch named Tasha, I smoked too much and I started goddamn hallucinating. I can tell you that, but I can't tell you I'm currently rolling no blunt and finna, you know what I'm saying, blow one. You know what I mean? I can tell you how pill made me feel, you know what I'm saying,
back
when
then.
I was depressed back then. Right. You feel me? But I ain't finna tell you I'm on the way to the perk house. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a way I gotta talk about it now. And all of it has to have either a message behind it or a story that's significant so a person can relate.
Wow. Right. So what role did your family, faith, and personal experience, like with you ODing, helping keep you on the path that you're on now?
Some of my family members don't believe this is happening. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? My dad smoked dope for 50 years, you know. They all from Bankhead, you know what I'm saying? And he done tried to kick, you know, everybody done tried it. You know, they'll do their little week or a month. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is a family generational curse. You know what I mean? Once you see the one, the celebrity,
going on 4 years.
You know what I'm saying? Going on almost 4 years, like, they like, oh, he ain't there, girl. He'll be back. You know what I'm saying? He gonna pick up something. You know, he just going through his little. He just getting clean now. We happy for him, but he ain't gonna stay with it. You feel what I'm saying? Some of them like that, and that shit breaks my heart because you know what I've been through. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And then it'd be like your family, people that like, when you was going through all these things, they just like, hey, auntie need $60 right quick. Yeah, if you.
But when you high, you know what I'm saying? You giving up everything. But now I hold seminars talking about drug awareness. I hold seminars, and my family is rarely there. A couple of them will come out. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that this shit done killed me. Knowing that I've been shot before and had to wear a shit bag. Knowing that my mama done been shot 5 times. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's when I revert back to, you know, when God give you a task and tell you something, I be looking around like, well, nobody ain't participating. Like, I didn't tell them. I told it to you. You just do what I told you to do. And don't worry about that, because eventually they're not going to be with you. You know what I mean? The ones who going to go, they already with you. So, hey.
And it's like,
that's a message. That's a message.
Right. And I be trying to figure out, like, why is it be always family? Like, when you trying to go through your positive steps in life, it be your family just like, nah, you ain't even do that.
I think the family show you how to be. You feel me? It prepares you for how to love thy neighbor like in a way, you know. You can't beat around family though. You know what I mean? I can't do nothing about it. I'm stuck with you. Right. But that don't mean you gotta walk this walk. You teaching me how to treat my friend. You teaching me how to be out in the public. The way you treat me prepares me not to let this nigga in on the street in a certain kind of way. You feel what I'm saying? Like, cause
Give you your boundaries.
yeah, give you your boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Either y'all gonna turn me into a monster or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
How you feel about the industry respecting your sobriety or sobriety in general? Like, do you think people respect it? Do you think they goddamn turn a blind eye? Like, how you feel about it? Like,
Yeah.
The industry been accepting. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas be on the low. A lot of people tell me, you know, about my sobriety, and then I did the math on it. I was like, if some of these people out of 100%, if 30% telling me, I know 80% watching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just don't want to say it. They just seeing it. You know, some niggas are arrogant. Some people don't want to open up about what they going through. Some niggas sneaking and geeking for real. You know what I'm saying? And want to stop. And once the depression hit, you know what I'm saying? And once the family shit getting wrecked and shit start fucking everything up, and they see me on this path, they start to relate. And like, well, maybe I do need to switch this up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was gonna speak on that depression part, you know, just 'cause I feel like everybody kind of go through it at some point, you know, whether they really want to admit it or not.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of niggas like to keep that like sheltered in, especially men.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we go through it, black men for sure.
for sure.
You know, and I was just gonna say, you know, if you could speak on that, like, how was it like overcoming it and then, you know, like finding yourself back, you know, once you like got back right and like I'm finna turn back up now, like.
You know why I was scared at first to speak about it? Because it made me so emotional till I would tear up. But I was scared to speak about it because I was raised not to cry. So if I was trying to open up, I'd be like, I can't because I'm scared, because if I cry, it don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? Because like growing up around my uncles and shit, if they get tough on you and you bust out crying, oh, shut up, little nigga.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't supposed to be crying that suck ass shit. You know what I mean? A little sister ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? So you bred like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So speaking on something that is emotionally draining, you know what I'm saying? It makes you kind of hesitant. And then you got this persona that you give out to the bitches, you know, you feel like, oh, well, you know, when a woman see me, I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't on nothing like that. I got found me. You know what I'm saying? I'm having real dope on me. You know what I'm saying? Real emotion. Yeah. I'm driving this kind of car, my partner, or we lit, but ain't nobody, you know, nobody ain't emotional. So when it come to me telling my story or opening up and telling people about, you know, this walk, I was kind of skeptical. I'm like, oh, yeah, they gonna accept, you know. Like, what do they expect from me to say?
Like,
you know
what the hell Dro doing?
Man, it's soft ass nigga, man. That's what they gonna be thinking.
You know, got that mush ass shit.
I think it with the time, man. People,
because a lot of the time, like, motherfuckers around us like, oh, they scamming.
Yeah.
They wouldn't just don't even understand it.
yeah.
Because like I went to therapy before, and like you said, like my buddy had said, man, let's go to therapy. We're gonna book the session. I was like, I bet, book it. And like you said, like how we was raised not to cry, or do this or open up. So I'm in therapy and I'm seeing the lady, she's like talking. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
And then after I told my brother, like, I don't need that shit.
Yeah.
Like I
said that same shit.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Because I sat down and then we just didn't get through anything.
Right.
But if he steps though, big, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. When we were just talking about like the depression and open up and just how a nigga raised, it just like I'm sitting in front of strangers.
Right.
Like, talking about?
How we were raised, you won't get through the first step.
Yeah.
I ain't even going there with you.
Yeah.
Cause you ain't saying that.
I was gonna say, like, for the old people, you know, and for those people who kind of just like y'all or just like us, like, what you say to them to get through that first step? Cause at some point, if you don't, you know, you keep this shit bottled up, it's gonna spill over at some, you know, in some type of way.
Yeah, I understand that. So this is what I say. Whatever you running from ain't going nowhere. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
like whatever you dodging, whatever you don't want to talk about, it's going to sit. Like when I was getting high and running the street, and the problem I was running from, when I stopped getting high almost 4 years ago, they was still right there. Shit I didn't answer. Resentment I had with my mama. Resentment I had with my daddy. You know, how I felt about being teased about my complexion. You know, I never answered these things until I got to rehab. I was in that motherfucker. I cried for a month and some days, every single day, because the lady was just, I was like, this motherfucking brother is draining me, and she just pulling it out. She, you know, because they coming from a clinical, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then they hit me with the street addiction. They tell him they hit me with the street shit, and niggas got worse stories than mine. Niggas talking about eating out garbage cans while ants was on food. I'm like, fuck. You
What
feel me?
the hell?
Yeah. And then, you know, I didn't have myself in some crazy position. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So whatever you was going through, not gonna go anywhere. So you have to open up. And then you could do this. Find you somebody that you can open up to. A nigga told me the other day, but I don't like no nigga preaching to me and coming to me and sitting down, asking me no question. He said, but boy, when I seen you talking about it, Dro, he was like, I fought with that. You feel me? So you gotta find you somebody that you cool with, like, you know what I'm saying? That make you feel like you can open up.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, who is us, like, you know, as black men, really, you know, that shit really kind of hard for us to have somebody. Like, how do you decipher who is that one that you just, you know, you can go to? Like, everybody got partners. Everybody in here got partners. Yeah. But I'm sure, like, you know, I got partners I talk to about this. I got partners I talk to about that. I got partners I can talk to about girls, and I got partners I could just, you know, I can talk to about some real shit going on. But then I might not have nobody that I could say, hey, bro, I'm depressed.
Yeah, I'm fucked up.
I'm fucked up,
Yeah.
and I don't know a way out. Yeah. Like how you find that guy? Like,
I don't think we looking too far.
Right.
When God says he give you something and you be like, God, I need this. God be like, it's right there. So it's us. You feel what I'm saying? Is you looking for somebody over the person you standing next
just
to?
right in front. Yeah.
It's us. It's who we are.
It's like if Dro next to me and it's like I'm going through this situation, shit, man, Dro, let me tell you about this right here,
Right.
And tell me what you think. Give me your opinion.
Yeah.
Basically,
And then if I can't convince him, if I can't tell him what he need to know, I need to convince him to go, and I'll go with you. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I know this dude, bro. I know it sounds crazy, but get what? He walked me through it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I can relate to what you're saying. And, you know, but I ain't got all the answer because I'm just like you. You really my twin. You feel what I'm saying? But I know that other nigga, bro, we can go, and then you go in there and you spark the interest on it. And, you know, now he going without you. And then, you know, and he it's another nigga that we ain't with that did it through him. You know, and it just goes on and on. You know, we going out. We think we need somebody outside of us. We need each other more than anything. You know what I mean?
right? Because like where we come from is like we always worry about like what someone got to say, or who they gonna go tell.
Yeah.
Like
It's like damn, like how I gotta make sure I trust Buddy not to goddamn run off with it.
How I'm gonna come back and face it.
Yeah, I gotta come back and
like,
face it.
with me, like anybody know me, like anything going on me, I pick up the phone and call wherever the fucking first number pop up in my head. Yeah, because I'm like so comfortable with any situation that I'm going through with whoever I'm telling, and not worrying about like who they going to tell.
Backlash, yeah.
Regardless, whatever you going through, I don't give a fuck if you find the perfect person to tell it to. They's going to tell someone too. Yeah. Like that person, male, female, whoever it is, they're gonna go tell their companion. I
don't think that's always true though. Nah, I can't agree with that.
That's always true.
Nah, cause you could tell me something.
You tell me something.
Like you could tell me some real shit that go on with you. Like my buddy could come to me and say, you know, this real shit that just happened. And if I feel like it's really real enough, I'm not finna say nothing about it. No, it going to the grave.
What I'm saying, see, you speaking on like different terminology now. So when we were just talking about like we were speaking.
No, I'm
like
saying
depression,
like I'm saying like that. I'm saying like in that
right?
To me, that's a real situation to me. So if you tell me you really fucked up, you come to me and say, bro, I'm depressed. I'm on these pills. You know, I got a partner who kind of going through something like that. So when they say I'm really fucked up, I done lost everything. I sold all this and woo-doo-doo. I done got evicted. Bro, I'm not finna share that information with nobody. This is real. Like, he going through some real shit and confided into me to tell me that. Right. But they got to go to the grave because it's not even nobody else's business for me to tell. I'm not no, I'm a counselor, but I ain't no counselor by law where I'm mandated to tell somebody else because you told me some serious shit.
I think we misunderstanding what gossip is and what real help is. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you can gossip to a nigga like, but that nigga lying, why that nigga going through it? You feel what I'm saying? When you handle it like that, it turns into gossip. But if you that's just like we was raised, what happens in this house stays in this house. Right. Those secrets stuck in me so long, I can't even tell you how corrupt that shit made me that I could not tell what the fuck went on in here. It was some crazy shit went on in here, man. Yeah. I needed to tell somebody this shit. So if, but who you telling it to depends on who you're surrounded by. Right. You feel me? Are you surrounded by people that's going to talk to you? Because if y'all love me, I shouldn't be a conversation when I walk out of this room. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Y'all shouldn't be talking about me when I walk out of here. And then certain situations, like, what do you come to me and like you saying, like, a person who's been through this and this happened, did this, and then I ain't got it to help you. Mm-hmm. So I call Paul like, hey, look, Paul, Vino going through this. Dude. You see what I'm saying? You got to do that. Like, help me. I'll be doing you a disservice if I withheld this information. Right. And you should understand. But it depends on how far you won't understand. That's what I said. Sometimes your mind, you already gone. So you might not even understand that, like, that you done told somebody. You done put somebody else in my business. I done came and told you. Yeah, I done poured my heart out to you. I think you was raised, done went in. It was the way you was raised. Like, yeah, no, for sure. If you raised in a house where your mama didn't want you to take nothing outside, that's how you're gonna react in public. No, that's right. Definitely. I feel like all black families was raised like that though. You done caught your cousin messing with your other cousin. Like, don't never tell nobody that goddamn shit. You never let it. And then now you in public. You telling somebody but you telling the nigga, hey, boy, I'm going through this, but boy, you better not say shit. Bro, you need help. Nigga, you are insane right there. You told this, your children gonna grow up and they gonna bleed this shit off on your child. Exactly. You need some help.
And to your point, Dro, to piggyback off that, you just said you being a lifetime of family addiction. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not having that open conversation is what kept the shit going. Generation to generation. You know what I'm saying? So you said something earlier, like, I'm ending a curse. Yes. You like, I'm stopping a virus. Most people don't understand that. Like that dependency on alcohol, drugs is an illness. Like, you know what I mean? It can be passed from generation to generation, especially if you don't talk about it, if you don't address it. So it's like, to piggyback on your point, now you can't do that because you ain't gonna never heal if you do that, to your point.
Never. But let me tell you something. When I got off drugs, my daughter picked up drugs, bro. When I got off drugs, she got off drugs. And it was a blessing from God. I did not know what to say or what to do. I wish I could have snapped my finger. People had all kind of suggestions, and I could just hear God saying, you get off of it first. And I did. And now she not. And she just all of a sudden. Yeah. I ain't have to, and guess what? I looked at the family dynamics on people that's like, that kind of got an understanding of life. I work, my wife work, my children in school. I don't do drugs. I don't cheat on my wife. I don't do stuff. These children picking up these habits, and they end up being good children. And then we sitting out there like, how the hell your children like you like me? I'm an example. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so I had to be an example for my children. My son don't know I ever did nothing. You gonna have to tell him, but I'll tell him. Right. You feel what I'm saying? But he ain't gonna see. He ain't seeing none of that. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Period. I ain't leaving no kind of nothing around for you to get none of that from me. You get anything that got something to do with drugs or something like that, you got that shit from the street. Right. You feel me? And I can deal with that better than you getting that shit from me and something happened to you like it happened to me. That's right. You feel me? Cause my overdose, my daddy probably felt really bad because, hey, look, shit, you did it. You know what I'm saying? Do you think it's like, you think parents is like the blame for? Yes. Like in every time it happens, it always. But they're not to blame 100%. Only reason why they are to blame is because they're responsible for what they let you see. Right. Now, you don't know how they was raised either. So that's why they're not 100% to blame, because my mama might not have been right. So whatever I was showing him, I got it from her. Right. But I still have a job and a duty to make sure I give you the best of me that I could give. Right. You feel what I'm saying?
And with you, like, with your drug addiction that you got over you, and like that you just disclosed to us about your daughter, and like, I know it's a blessing, you know what I'm saying, with the lace pill epidemic going on, and it's like a blessing that you guys didn't run across it. Cause like, I want you to elaborate on that, like what's going on in Atlanta with, like, you know, the bad pills and stuff that people like ODing on. Yeah. A lot of people dying, and it's just like a huge problem.
I don't even say Atlanta. I think it's across the country, everybody, to be honest with you. Everything going on.
Man, let me tell you something. I got the dope from somebody I knew, trusted, and loved. I got the dope from my twin. I got the dope from my partner. You know what I'm saying? For the love of $1, my life was lifeless. You feel what I'm saying? Just for a little jug. You know what I mean? And they the real one.
You think he knew?
I don't know. I ain't even blaming him. In my hand, in my mouth, I put it in here. What I'm confused about is still today is the not knowing. You know what I'm saying? How could we sell something that'll kill each other without knowing, you know, or not checking, or, you know, and then you have to really think, you have to really dig. Like, who in the fuck testing shit?
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no fentanyl tester.
Exactly.
You know, this pack came in. Man, I got, so say for instance, you had 1,000 perks. One perk in here fake.
Right.
You feel me? I went in this bag and grabbed this one motherfucker that one got there. You feel what I'm saying? And I was just confused about how could we manufacture and sell something to each other that'll take your ass straight out and then still say, I love you, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That shit confusing to me.
I don't think people know. And
some niggas do.
Like, I mean, yeah.
It's about,
I feel like
when you trying to find a way out, though, like, you know, not saying people do anything, but you trying to, you know what I'm saying? You trying to find your own way. So if I'm getting it, and you know, if Buddy tell me he gonna give it to me for their price and ship it, and it's just that good, and that's all I can afford right now, I'm going with it. I don't know what if it got fitting in there or not, but I got to take the risk because I got to make my money. And then the bills don't stop.
That's
you
what
know,
I'm confused about.
And that's where, like,
that's confusing.
People looking at it like that, like,
but
shit, the show don't stop. The show got to go on, you know. So I ain't got time. I ain't got time to be testing them myself.
That's what
they got to go.
To me. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that shit insane.
But look what you just said. You said, a buddy gonna give it to me for this price, but you know the market price of it already. So in your mind, with you buying something that you already know the market price, and the dude getting you for this price, you automatically know it got to be something wrong.
Yeah,
like, but he said the show got to move on.
Yeah, you could concur that something going.
I'm one of the victims of the show has to go on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then,
nigga, the show got to go on. Look at me, boy.
Right. And you got to realize, like, a lot of people who felt like the show got to go on, the folks can't make a knock on their door and charge them with murder.
Yeah, the boy T.
You know,
a lot of that shit.
Yeah. That's true. That's the risk that both sides is taking.
Put that motto out there, like, you got to keep going.
I'm just saying that you gotta. That's the truth. You gotta look at how they look at. Look at how the dealer looking at it like that.
No,
that's what I'm saying. The dealer looking at it like, hey, I got to make this go. This got to go regardless. Like if I get, hold on, watch it. If I get a pound of mid got sent to me from Cali, but I thought I was about to buy some premium gas, but the nigga finessed me and sent me some mid, but I spent all my money on it. No, hold on. I'm just saying, just in general, like, it's just like when the shit get here, if I done spent my last on it,
man,
the
you
shit
know
got
you
to
buying some.
Yeah, Goose saying in the back of your head,
oh
before
yeah, no,
you buy that shit, well, you know something wrong with that shit.
Now, in a situation when you know something wrong,
you ain't gotta buy that shit.
You don't gotta buy it.
No, you don't gotta buy it.
You ain't gotta be the one that put it out to the streets.
Yeah, no, you don't gotta be the one.
Be that person. So
you can't take.
If you know it, if you know it, then I feel like that's a character thing. If you choose to sell it.
Back to what you said the show got to go on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas know. Like, nigga, wait
because,
till
like I said, it's certain people care. That when your character come to play. Like if you don't care about, giving it to your own piece, some nigga might say, well, shit, I'm on this side. Let me only sell it to the niggas over here. Like I'm, so
That's
like,
still-
and it's
it's
still
still-
fucked up.
it's
But
still
if a
insane,
nigga
like-
can say, I
but
got
you-
this, but let me sell it to straight Augusta niggas only.
But you
that's
know
my
what?
clientele,
Yeah, see,
and
I
it don't
see.
affect my Atlanta niggas.
Your
in
perspective
my,
is just so terrible.
That's
I'm just
insane.
telling you this how people be.
That's
Different. You can say that they're terrible. This is literally how everyday
how I
life
go.
is.
But I
People
don't-
will say,
I
I
don't
got
blame
the
no
pack
nigga. I
here.
don't blame no
I'm going
nigga,
to take the pack and only sell it down here because I know it's fucked up. This is a dirty pack, so I'm only taking and sell it in Valdosta. I ain't going to sell it up here in Atlanta because them my folks here.
But
them niggas down there are my folks.
Listen. What you leaving out is the pack can get the Valdosta right, but when it got there, it got the Tim house. Tim got a 7-year-old little girl. When he left the pack on the thing. The little girl picked it up. So it's saying that is insane.
No,
Very
that's
insane.
no, it's for sure.
Cause one thing about it, once Tim daughter got the pack,
She died.
and she died.
Yeah,
Tim gonna say the pack came from Vino.
yeah, nah, for sure.
So then Vino and Tim,
But you
Gonna
on
be
your
at
head
it.
saying,
Yeah.
I just wanted to send it to
Yeah.
the
I
government.
just
Yeah.
want to say to Tim,
No, that's for sure. I
That's
think it's
insane.
definitely like that though.
man, them folks hunt your ass down when
Yeah,
you
nah,
pay
nah.
now. I'm telling you.
Oh, no, you got a situation with God.
Yeah, nah, for sure. You done killed the little girl. Yeah,
You got-
it's definitely over with.
I
But
always
over
told people
It's over with.
it's two powerful people in the world. It's God and then it's the judge.
Yeah,
You don't want to see the second powerful.
you don't want to see
So
it.
I have a question. Do you think changing the connotation from overdose to poisoning will make a big difference?
It's poison. Everything is poison. Like
Right.
ain't nothing not alcohol is poison. Shit, I done had alcohol poisoning before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they sell this shit legally. Shit, Newport's a poison. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
give you cancer.
niggas actually selling you something that is so potent, a little grain of salt can take you
But
clean
the
out.
thing about it is the people that are overdosing,
Cause
quote unquote, they're not taking this willingly. So
Yeah, I didn't take it.
But why they don't?
no, they ain't taking it willingly.
It's on take
You don't
willingly.
like you
Oh,
don't
no. It's
I was about to say,
it's
son take it willingly now. We ain't gonna say that. Son take it willingly. It's some niggas that say they want to try fit.
Yeah, they know.
Like it's people that try that shit for real.
It's some gremlins.
Especially if you don't feel like you done tried, you done got all type of high. You want to see what's the premium high.
Why that? To Bro's point earlier, right? A motherfucker fighting some demons and afraid to die. A lot of times.
No.
Once you already
let
done
me tell
got
you
high?
let me tell you what you're trying to say. In my addiction, I don't give a fuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes.
am licking like a motherfucker. Bro.
Right. Yes.
My stomach used to get weak driving past a Roxy House.
Yeah.
Or motherfucking Miley House. But my stomach is bombing in my I got to go in here.
gotta
boy.
have it.
And when I'm finna use the bathroom there, my gut, I'm
in
talking
my
about
addiction, I want to goddamn go Elon Musk high.
Elon Musk, I'm talking about, boy, and I don't give a fuck who got it. So when you saying the pack going over there, I don't give a damn who got it at that point. So my addiction led me to take something that I didn't know I took.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because it's a certain thing called a junkie, a geek monster, and a functional junkie.
Right.
Talk
You
to
feel me?
him.
I was a functional junkie. I was able to rap. I was able to take a bath and dress and get, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah,
But that's the worst kind that can hide it. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally killing the shit out of myself because I got the money to do it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Nigga wonder why junkies last so long. They don't got enough money to kill themselves off real. If you catch a rich ass motherfucker smoke crack, he be dead in a year.
Right. Exactly.
He can support his high.
Because one thing about a junkie that you see every day is like, they ain't got them $2-3.
$2-3. I
Like,
can't
piece it together.
I can't
You know what I'm
even
saying?
get high
So
like
they
I
can't even
want
get
to.
that much to die. So niggas be wondering like, how the fuck these folks still alive smoking this crack all these years?
Yeah, that's what I could tell young nigga, boy, watch out for that addiction with all that money you got. Because you could OD just as well as you can get high.
That's fat.
Right. Exactly. So, Dro, we know you got a foundation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Still Takes a Village.
Yeah.
What inspired you to start that, and what's the mission behind it?
what inspired me to start It Still Takes a Village was when I had seen I seen Dolph get killed, and then when I seen Takeout die, I took the initiative to stand up against senseless gun violence. Within that thought, I came up with It Still Takes a Village. It takes a village is what I learned as a young nigga through my grandmama and auntie. They were like, girl, it take a village when like if I'm walking down County Road and I'm acting up and Gouch mama see me, she can pop on over there your mama.
Sure.
You feel what I'm saying? Or you can straighten me out. If I, you know what I mean? If I can get home, then I'm getting dealt with when I get home. It take a village of us. So I felt like that was important then, and we kind of like shied away from it nowadays. So I feel like I wanted to bring that back and say it still takes a village. So I stood up against senseless gun violence, and also we bridging the gap. Me and my partner, Dr. Sierra L, boss sister. We bridging the gap on mental and behavioral health. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what she's been an LPC for like 20 years and, worked with children and defects and, you know what I'm saying, suicide patients. She done taught people, you know what I'm saying, out of killing themselves. So I took the initiative to, come up with It Still Takes a Village. We in the homes, we in the communities, you know what I'm saying? We got real acknowledged real everywhere where we mentor boys and girls. I got the young men and she got the girls, and also up under that umbrella we got a thing called Sun, where we speak up now for the homeless and people that's been put out their homes in the wrong way. You feel what I'm saying? Wrongful evictions. You know what I'm saying? Because when the pandemic hit, man, y'all didn't see how many homeless people were downtown.
Yeah,
That started just being there one of these bridges.
Yeah,
right.
So I came up with that foundation, man, and we've been thriving, man. You know what I'm saying? Moving around, and I just been using my story because I'm a victim of gun violence. I'm a victim of drug awareness. You know what I mean? I'm fighting addiction. I do all of that, and then of course, we ain't had nowhere to stay before. So I've been in all of these categories.
Right.
What about like what you got like coming up next for as far as like music?
Music. I just put a song out called Put It On, and it's just a fun song talking about clothes and how to put it on, and don't nobody dress like that. I put that shit on. R.P. Shouted Giant, just to say that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But if I felt like I needed to get back to having fun with the music, so me and Zaytoven got together. We did this project called 10-Piece Hot. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, I saw that.
Yeah, 10-P Hot. Make sure you bring us your blue cheese so you can get a little album or something. You know what I'm saying? But we got that, and then we got the PSC album with DJ Drummer that's still in the works right there. Me and Tip got a joint album we're putting out, and I got like solo projects that I got like various producers on. So next year ought to be like one of the most fullest years ever.
Bro. It been a long time coming for that, you and Tip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, because hell, it was rumored a long time ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we was on motherfucking pins and needles waiting to hear that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Y'all
We owe
are two
it.
of the greatest lyricists to ever come out this city.
Yeah,
And I think
Don't leave me out.
everybody want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I forgot about. I'm sorry, big. Yeah, can't forget Goop. But real talk though, Dro. Do you hear yourself in a lot of the young artists today? Like, can you hear your influence? Like,
Yeah, when I hear something related to what color food is and they match it to something,
yeah,
I automatically know that. I know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It don't be no big deal. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I just be like, well, I'm glad I could help you get through that bar.
for sure. Hold on, I'm gonna ask you this one though too.
What?
What about with the women though? Because see, I'm gonna tell you this. For me, you was always you kicked the player shit. You always kicked your player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I hear a lot of things from a situation with multiple women now and artists. I automatically think of you.
Girl,
like,
got a girl.
Straight up. You know what I'm saying? That's just the truth. Like,
Yeah.
so like, how does that? Do you think that you get enough credit for that? Because to me, you and Tip put the player in music, especially for Atlanta artists from a rap perspective.
It all depends on what do you think is credit.
Okay.
Because credit is you saying it. Credit
Absolutely.
is you repeating it. Credit is you saying things that has an origin to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, do you want me to? Do I want you to tell me that you got it from me? Nah.
Yeah, I don't think you care about that.
Nah,
Yeah.
I ain't tripping.
Yeah.
I ain't tripping.
So I was just gonna ask you there though, since we talking about you and being lyrical, what's your like Give me like your top 5 lyrical rappers.
Oh, you finna get me in trouble.
I just want to see. Cause I feel like we done talked about everything. You know, I'm trying to get cool, calm. I want to get to some hot shit. What's your top 5 lyrical rappers of all time? You can put them in the order.
I ain't even gonna do all times.
Okay,
you know
just
why?
do.
Because it ain't fair.
All right.
I'm gonna do today.
I do today.
I love that.
Give us
For
today.
sure. Today.
Top 5 lyrical.
Lyrical. Kendrick Lamar.
You hear that?
Oh,
Gouch.
shit.
Okay, Gouch. Okay, cool.
Gouch ain't like that.
He ain't like that. I know what's up. We'll talk about that online.
You picked Kendrick Lamar before you picked Tip.
Bro, let
We saying new.
Yeah.
I'm not even going T.I. I ain't using myself. I ain't using none of that. I was Kendrick Lamar. I have to say Drake.
Okay.
Lyrical. I think baby nasty. Wham nasty. And so that's 3. Lil Baby. I have to do Future.
Guaranteed.
That's 4.
That's 4. Yeah.
All right, let me see. And Kodak Black.
That's a full 5.
That was a
right there.
different 5.
That's a full 5.
That film was a little different right there.
That's a full 5.
That was a different 5 right there. Why Kodak get the fifth spot though? If you don't mind elaborate, why Kodak get the fifth spot right there?
I don't even mean to put it in that order, but it was a good order.
No, that was a good order.
Great order.
With the reason, but Kodak the youngest. Yeah. He's standing up with some real goddamn big dogs, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I was just listening to him the other day. Dude is so fucking talented. And I see myself in him, you know what I'm saying? And if he looking at this, I love you, brother, and I truly, wish that you would leave this shit like, what's killing us alone, because it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can kick that shit. Nigga, if you need some support from me, nigga, I ain't picked up shit in almost 4 years. And I feel good as fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
So I love you, dog.
Yeah.
That's a good
That's
message.
a damn good message for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, shit.
Oh,
Take on.
take us home. Shit.
Definitely, man. We appreciate Dro for you stopping by today, giving us your blessing, giving us your time. Kicking the real player shit with us today, man. You definitely gave us some good, knowledge that I feel like we can take, and move on with it in life. Definitely.
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate that though, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's give it up for Dro one time. We gotta give it up for Dro one more time, bro.
We're gonna give it up for him, man. But
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate you, man, for taking your time and come sit with us and kick it with us, man, and share your journey, your legacy. You know what I'm saying? Your addiction. Talk about everything. Just open up with some players, who really don't know much about you. Only we know you through music. You know what I'm saying? So we sat down with you. We learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? We learned your perspective on a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And telling people, like, you can open up, you know what I'm saying? It's someone that'll hear your story. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're afraid to talk to them, like, it just got to be someone probably just sitting next to you that, you know what I'm saying? You can be like, yo, this is what I'm going through. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is what I need help with, man. But, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate you definitely, you know what I'm saying, for dropping that knowledge. And we're going to give it up for you, man. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate y'all too, man. Hey, man, for kicks, though, I think this is one of the best interviews I've done because I was able to express myself and it felt good doing it. And I'm on the west side. So you dig what I'm saying?
So.
Yes, sir.
And I'm saying, and it's hard to get people from the west side to like admit, you know what I'm saying, what they've been through and what they're going through.
And Ben, let me tell you that, I'm gonna end it with this. I came from a funeral service today, right? True story. I told Brandon as soon as I seen him. This is a true story, real talk. Rest in peace, James Jennings Jr., man. You know what I mean? His god brother gets up and speaks. But do you know he ends his speech with a Young Dro quote?
Get out of here, man.
Swear to God. I couldn't believe it. That's just the power of energy. I couldn't believe it.
That's
it messed me up, for real.
That's crazy.
So
I respect that.
I was just gonna say, Dro, you leave us with a gem before we get out of here.
All
Leave
right.
us with
All
some
right.
type of message.
All right. So to all my young niggas out there, I would tell you this. it's better to admit that you walked into the wrong door than to spend a lifetime in the wrong room.
Man, say that again, man. Say that again.
You want me to say it?
Man, say that
He
again.
ain't
bro.
remember.
That
He don't
was
remember.
crazy. That
It's
was crazy.
better to admit that you walked in the wrong door than to spend the rest of your life in the wrong room.
That's a bar.
You know what I'm saying? It's easy for me
Yeah.
to pick up real gems.
Oh, okay.
You did?
Yeah, man.
All right, we appreciate you, Dro, man.
What's
We
up,
gonna clap it up for Dro, man. Thank y'all, man, for tuning in to Politically Incorrect with Young Dro, Paul, and Vino, man. We out.